Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to show you guys how to calculate your own hair grafts. A lot of people have been asking me, how many hair grafts do I need for a hair transplant? And the method that I'm about to show you guys is very useful. It's a good approximate tool to determine how many hair grafts are you going to need for a hair transplant. Now, they say that the average person that's not balding has anywhere from 80 to 100 follicular units per centimeter squared, and it's going to take about a 50% hair loss to actually start thinning. So that means, once you start hitting around 40 to 50 follicular units per centimeter squared, you're going to start to see the thinning going on. So a lot of doctors, what they do is, as far as density, they want to maintain somewhere between 50 to 60 follicular units per centimeter squared. You don't want to go too low, otherwise you're going to start to see that thinning look. And you also don't want to go too high, because sometimes what happens is if the grafts are clustered together, there's a high percentage of them dying. And also you want to make sure that you want to use just enough hairs so that you can save it for your future hair loss. But let's get started, guys. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need 1 centimeter grid paper, and I'll post the link in the description section. You're also going to need some plastic wrap, and you're going to need a permanent marker and a pen. So what you want to do is you want to first go ahead and trace your desired hairline. So in my case, it's going to be starting from here. You guys want to just draw it out with a marker or something. And once you've done that, you want to get some saran wrap. You want to place it over your forehead. Now, it helps if you have somebody that's going to help you out, so that you guys can get a better approximate. And then you want to use a thin permanent pen, so that you guys can get the exact the perimeter of your baldness. Just for example's sake, it's going to look something like this. So you're going to put plastic wrap over your forehead. You can have somebody hold it for you so they don't stick better. Alright. And then what you want to do is you want to get your permanent marker. And for you guys are already going to have your hairline drawn out. I'm just not going to draw it out on my forehead because I don't want to irritate the area where I got transplanted. But pretend that I want to, have something like this down here. Same thing on the other side. And then I want to fill in all areas. So something like that. Now, obviously, you want to do a better job than I did, so that you guys can get a better approximate. But you want to pull it out. So you have your drawing here. Now what you're going to do is you want to place this and copy it onto the grid paper. So you can put it in the bag, you can trace it however way you like, but make sure that you transfer it to your grid paper so we can calculate the surface area. Alright guys, so after you've outlined the areas that you wanted to get a hair transplant onto the grid paper, here's what you guys are going to do. You guys are going to divide it into full and half. So we have full and we have halves there. So by full, what you want to do is you want to count all of the squares that are whole squares, and then for the halves, you want to count all the squares that are not fully squares. So let's start with the full one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a 1 next to all the full the squares. So this one I'm just gonna consider this to be one whole full one, because we're just approximating. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just count this one: 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I have 21 full squares. Now half ones, let's go to count those too. So let me actually use a pen I'll circle these, so I'll just put an X. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm just gonna leave that one out. So I have 25. Now, since those are halves, what you want to do is you want to take the average, because you're going to have some of them that are less than 50%. You're going to have some that are more than 50%. You guys are also, you guys are going to have some squares that are actually 50%. So we want to take the average of this here. So we have 21, and then half of 25, we get about 12.5. I'm just going to round it off to 13. Okay, so we have 21 and we have 13. So when we combine those two, how many do we have? We're going to have 34 squares. Now, if you guys recall me saying that most doctors will try to achieve a density of about 45 to 60 centimeters, 45 to 60 hair grafts per centimeter squared. Let's go ahead and stick with 50. So what you want to do is you want to multiply this by 50, because you're going to have 34 centimeters squared and you want to fill it up with 50 hair grafts. So if you multiply that out, you should get something like 1700. So that means that you guys are going to need 1700 hair grafts for this region here that you guys drew out. Now obviously if you guys want a more approximate approximate number, you guys should do a better job of drawing the hairline and then copying it down to this grid paper. But for the sake of this example, I wanted to show you guys how you guys can actually calculate this at home. So now you guys can go to the doctor, and if you tell him that you want to achieve somewhere between 50 to 60, you can adjust the numbers. You can multiply this by 60 if you want a higher density. But if you have something, or if you have hair loss like this here, and you go to a hair clinic and he or she tells you that you're gonna need like 3,000 or something like that, then you guys should probably go to a different hair doctor and get a second opinion. But I hope this hope this helped you guys. Hopefully you guys can use this to kind of do a approximation to see how much hairs that you guys are going to need for hair transplant. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Feel free to subscribe, like my videos, and thanks for watching guys. Take care.